my name is Deidre and welcome to my channel. This is the first time I'm going to be uploading a video to YouTube, so please bear with me. And just so you know, I have notes so that I try not to get off a topic because I am really bad about it. So I guess the first thing I want to address is why I decided to do a reaction video. You'll see one of my cats, and every once in a while, she's the friendly one. She wants attention right now. So why did I decide to do a reaction channel on YouTube right now, especially since there's so many of them? Well, why not? To be honest, I'm an introvert and I don't have a ton of friends, let alone ones that I can talk to and discuss about my interests. There's only so much K-pop television, K-drama, whatever, that I can talk to without one of my current friends checking out. So, and that's why we watch reaction videos, right? We're trying to find somebody that experienced the same thing that we're going through, or that we've gone through, and we can re-experience or share some sort of camaraderie with, right? And then we just love watching people discover things that we love. So yeah, that's Piper, by the way. And I watch a ton of YouTube videos, and I think I can bring something different to the table. So we'll see if that's possible. My channel is going to start off as a K-pop reaction / review channel. And I say this because I'm familiar with some K-pop, not all of it. Obviously, I've heard of BTS and Blackpink. Who hasn't? But I haven't really delved too deep into any of them, with the exception of Astro. And I'm a good Aroha, so obviously I've consumed everything I could possibly can about Astro, and which has led me to want to know other K-pop groups that I can stand. Yes, thank you, Piper. So like many Arohas, I got into Astro because of True Beauty, watching True Beauty. When I finished watching the show, I went, like I always do, with a show that I enjoyed watching. I go and I look at the actors to see what other works they've been involved in, and if I'm interested in watching any of those. And the first person I went to was, okay, bear with my pronunciations here, Hwang Eun-yeot. And to my surprise, he wasn't an idol. Like, he portrays an idol in training, or once been idol in training in the show. And my experience with K-dramas is, if you're acting as an idol in a show, typically they're cast by actual idols. So I was very surprised that not only was this man like 30 years old, it doesn't look like it, but he's not an idol, but his co-star, Cha Eun-woo, was. And so I just had to go and see what Astro and what Cha Eun-woo's group was about, because like I had said, I had heard a little bit of BTS, but with the exception of like Fire and Dynamite and a little bit here and there sprinkled in with other stuff I'm watching, I couldn't tell you if it was a BTS song. K-pop was not my bag, man. So I had to go see what this was about, and oh my God, I was so surprised at, like, every one of their songs is a bop. And so I can't even remember which was the first video that I actually watched. Don't quote me on this, but I really think it was Crazy Sexy Cool. But I went down a rabbit hole. I've watched every video of theirs a million times, every dance practice a million times, every reaction that I can possibly find to their videos or dance practices, relays, concert. I have had to try to prevent myself from watching some stuff because I'm going to run out of it. And so I'm slowly trying to dig myself out of the rabbit hole I fell down into. But like I said, I have become an Aroha. So yeah. So halfway through watching their music videos and realizing that people were reacting to these videos, I instantly regretted not having a reaction channel. And so I continued to consume Astro content and kind of just limiting the fact that I didn't have a reaction channel and other people that I could introduce Astro to because they're so underrated. But I never got around to it. And then finally, I decided, you know what? Why am I waiting around for this? I can do one. I can still react to Astro, but maybe I need to start looking at some other K-pop groups, like BTS, Blackpink, Enhypen. Like I said, avoid my pronunciation. I'm an English major, but I can't pronounce or spell worth crap. So yeah, so my plan for this channel is to start off with K-pop, reacting to groups. Obviously, I'm going to start off with the mother of all mother K-pop groups, BTS. Do the helpful guide. Probably the most recent one that I can find, a good one that gives me information. Obviously, I've done my research. Trying not to get like into stuff that I plan on reacting to, but like I know all of the guys, at least their nicknames. I know their ages. I know like I mean I couldn't tell, like I won't be able to point them out, but I can tell you who they are. At least not yet. Like I can. Butter is all over the place. I'm obsessed with Butter. Hence the reason why I was like, okay, we'll start off with BTS. So I know the guys from BTS is MV for Butter, but you know, they've been around for what, 9 years now? So heck, if I could tell you what Cook looked like at, 9 years ago. So anyway, so I'll do start off with a helpful guide, and then I'll do what I would like to try to do is do one video per music video, and do like the music video and a dance practice, or the choreography video, performance video, and then do them in order of release. And then I'll, throw in maybe some album listens or solo projects and stuff down the line. Or when we get there, I have made a list of every single song or music video that they've done, plus some solo stuff. And then, their special, like, short film type stuff, like for, what was it? I can't remember now. Anyway, and then even their seasons, like BTS Run, I believe, is one of their reality shows that they do. So maybe eventually I can get to watch those as well. So for example, my first video after the helpful video would be their debut song, which is No More Dream. So I'll watch that in either a dance practice or, like I said, stage performance or something. Whatever's available or catches my eye, it could vary from video to video, but at least one video or performance per video. I will cover songs and or groups that I'm familiar with. So like I said, with BTS, I know Dynamite and I know Fire, and I'm pretty sure there's several other ones that I know. I just didn't know they were by BTS. So I'll react or review them. I will try to tell you whether or not in the video that I'm familiar with it or have heard it before or whatever, but on the whole, it will probably be the first time I'm watching the videos. But like, Astro. I wouldn't be a good stan if I didn't include Astro on a K-pop channel that I'm hosting. So obviously I will include Astro, and so it won't be the first time I'm reacting to any of the videos. Obviously, like I said, I've watched them probably multiple times at this point. So, but I do want to experience them with you guys. So, not to mention, I'm a completionist, and it irritates me when anything's left out. I will cover comebacks from a group, but only if I've already covered them. So for instance, if I finished with BTS and I'm in the middle of Enhypen, right? And then BTS has a comeback, I will stop Enhypen and do a BTS comeback. But I will not stop BTS and do an Enhypen comeback if they have one, because I haven't covered them yet. So more than likely, I will end up doing more than one group at a time. I'm going to try not to set myself up for failure. So I'm going to try to limit that to 2 groups, just 2 groups at a time, and see how that goes. Obviously, I'm going to just start off with BTS first and then see how this works out, and then add a second group eventually. So also, and if anything that I decide to cover gets blocked by YouTube, I have a Patreon page that I've set up. Links below. That will be where I post those videos, and depending if I end up getting into TV or whatever, my reaction videos will go over there. At the moment, that page is free, so I will not charge you all. Now, I'm not sure exactly how it would work out. I might have to start charging with the Patreon page, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, it will be free. So one of my pet peeves is trying to get a hold of content creators on YouTube. You know, like I said, I've gone down a rabbit hole with watching Astro videos. And I find a content creator that I like their reactions, and I watch the reaction to one of my favorite videos from Astro, and they love it. And then they say, you know, leave a comment down below and let me know what else is out there. And I read the comments, and all those comments are there. And then I realized that that video was 3 years old, and they haven't done any other Astro since. And so then, is it because they just decided they're not going to, or they didn't get enough interest in Astro? And I don't want to leave a message on a year-old video, because I don't know if they check those or not. The ones that I have, nobody's responded to. So I want to make that a little bit easier for everybody. So I will have a thread in the community section on my page. And I'll also try to post up some polls and stuff of when I decide to move on to another group, what group that you guys would like to see. Not saying that I'll do it, because ultimately I am in charge and I can make decisions for myself. I'm an adult. I can do that. But I'd like to get, you know, other than, like I said, other than like BTS and Astro, obviously, there's very few K-pop groups that I am familiar with. I've made a list of second, third, and fourth generation K-pop groups that I could react to, but I don't know much about most of them. So, you know, that way, if I post a poll, you know, maybe you guys can help me decide which one to start off with. Obviously, there are a lot more male groups than there are female groups, but I do want to give my females, you know, props and cover them as well. So yeah, that's my idea. Now, I also have a kind of a second thought about music reaction on the channel, and we'll see how the K-pop goes first. But one of my biggest disappointments with current reaction videos, obviously, I'm loving the fact that people 2-3 generations away from me are discovering music of my generation, or even my parents' generation, which is awesome. I grew up with a variety of music, an appreciation for all music. So it's nothing for me to be listening to classical music one day, country the next, and, classic rock. And I'm talking about like Black Sabbath, but or the Beatles. I also listen to, so I have a wide range of music that I appreciate and I enjoy. But one of the things that I have a difficulty with watching reaction videos, especially of the younger generation or the more ignorant, not saying that it's a bad thing to be ignorant, but of this music is the history and the cool stuff behind it. I saw somebody post something about how he was listening to the song Good Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, and that not only was the rapper a white guy, but he was also Mark Wahlberg, the actor, and how he couldn't believe that. And, that's something that I think, talking about music that I grew up with, which I grew up with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, that would have been something that would have been really interesting to talk about while reviewing the music or the music video. Also, maybe about how memories that it brings back to me. So maybe I'll do reaction or review videos for music, more like a nostalgic look back from my perspective. A couple of ideas that I had were, the first album I ever bought myself with my own money, and, the influence that I had in my life. I have a funny story about that I talked about with my hairdresser recently. And then, or, comparing covers to, to the originals, and, or just, bringing a little bit of a perspective of somebody who experienced it while it was happening, to those who may not know, might not know that person is somebody famous now that, appeared in the video for like a split second, is famous, or what they were famous for because they're not relevant anymore, all that cool stuff. Eventually, then maybe I might get into, TV and movies, K-dramas, or, which I'm obsessed with, by the way, or, TV and movie nostalgic wise for me, because I grew up with stuff I grew up with. But we'll have to see. I don't want to make overwhelm myself just yet. So yeah. Also, I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I also have a full-time job. And you'll see evidence of this when I do videos, because I will probably pretty much only do videos, like I'll do bulk videos. So I'll be wearing the same thing in several videos, because I'll be taping several of them at a time. And then editing them throughout the week. Because like I said, I have a full-time job, and that sucks, but that's the way life is. So yeah. So I would love to have your feedback. So please leave comments. I don't want to ask you to subscribe or hit your notification bells. I'm not asking you to do that. I mean, it would be great if you did, but no, just give me a like or a comment or both, whatever. Just to let me know that this was something you're interested in, or, you like it, and that will give me encouragement to continue doing it. Now, I do kind of want to just put out there that, this might be a 1 or 2 episode, 1 or 2 video thing, and then I could give up, or it could become, a lifestyle for me. I hope it's the latter. But I also know myself. Like I said, I'm an introvert, and And I'm addicted to K-dramas, and I can't really watch a K-drama without reading the screen, so I can't do both at the same time, right? I am trying to learn Korean though, so maybe that might help. Anyway, if this sounds like something you'd be interested, just leave me a comment, and I appreciate it. With all that being said, I want to say thank you for taking time for watching my intro video, and I hope that you see me more in the future, and hopefully I'll see you more in the future. Thanks.